Hello and good afternoon, parents. This is a follow-up session to session 3, which was in church yesterday. The session was on the theme of choices and reconciliation. And it was just so lovely to see all the children yesterday, and they were so enthusiastic in both their groups. Lovely to see. So the children were given booklet number 3, and they were introduced on the theme about making choices and what goes wrong when we don't make those best choices. The children did some lovely love hearts which are on display on the back of church. So next time you're back in church, when you walk in, it's on the far right hand side, and you can see the words and the work the children have been doing. That's already up on display. One of the activities that the children did yesterday in this little small sketch, they had to work out where a wrong choice had been made, and they were really good. There's 2 tricky ones. And I did set the challenge to the children who were in the altar service orchestra, see if they could share, could you find out where the wrong choices had been made. And now don't be going looking in the answer booklet before you share that with the children. But I thought there were 2 tricky ones, and the children definitely got those. So a big well done on that. And then elsewhere in the booklet, the children were there's a word search. If the children haven't done so already, please maybe could they complete that when they bring that back for them when we do session 4. That is after Christmas, of course. And then the children were introduced to the act of peace, the sign of peace, which we make in church. And then we talked about the sacrament of reconciliation itself. Now that is going to be happening over the next 2 weeks. Group 1, those children who go to the pre-sacristy, they're going to be making their sacrament of reconciliation or sacrament of first confession this coming Thursday at 2 o'clock. And Group 2, who are the children in the altar service sacristy, they're going to be making theirs next Thursday on the 2nd of December. So we would have sent out a reminder text to the children who are making it their sacrament of reconciliation this Thursday. Now, ideally, if parents or a grandparent or a godparent can attend and accompany the children, that would be fantastic. If not, that's absolutely fine. We fully understand and appreciate people may have work commitments. So what will happen during that service? So on Thursday, the children either will sit with their family or they'll sit together with a member of staff. Then we will have a hymn. We'll have some readings. Every child will take part of the 12 children taking part this coming Thursday. There will be a reading, there will be bidding prayers, and then examination of our conscience. Then the children all are carrying a stone. A stone can be heavy, and sometimes when we have done things wrong, there can be a burden upon our shoulders and a heavy heart. So the children are invited to come up onto the altar by Father Ball. They put the stone into a basket. Then they go up onto the sanctuary and they make their first confession with Father Ball. Now, we have said to the children that when they are sharing their sins or what they've done wrong with Father Ball, he's not going to go, "Oh, you didn't do that, did you?" He's not going to be making any comments whatsoever. So in fact, what they're doing, they're talking to Jesus. Nobody's going to ask them any questions. Nobody's going to make any remarks or any comments. And the most important part of the sacrament of confession, that Father Ball is never going to remember what the children say, and he's never going to tell anybody what has been said to him. Nobody. He's not going to be telling any teachers. He's not going to be telling you as parents. He's going to be telling nobody at all. In fact, Father Ball does not even remember when we say those things. So it's giving the children that confidence that they're not going to be judged. That's the most important thing. If anything, they're going to be forgiven. Then they say the little act of sorrow prayer, and if they don't know the words, that's absolutely fine, because they're going to have a laminated card with them, and Father Ball will read that with them as well. Then when they come off the sanctuary, they walk down with their adult with them, and they'll go into the baptistry, and they're going to light a candle in the baptistry, and they're going to make the way over to where their work is displayed, and they're going to write a prayer, and that will go on display, and then they go back and sit in the main part of the church. While all this is happening, there will be some music playing too, also in the background as well. So this coming Thursday, there will be 12 children in total who are going to be making their sacrament of first confession or the sacrament of reconciliation. So we aim to start for 2 o'clock, and we will conclude by home time as well. So we have that to look forward to. Now, I did bring children over to church this afternoon, just to explain to them what would happen. just to make sure that they're not going to be nervous. Ask any questions that they would have had, and just make them feel at ease and comfortable with that sacrament. Now, I only brought over the children who are going to be making their sacrament this week, and then I will do the same next week in preparation for group 2 as well. So also for those who have themselves as adults made the sacrament of confession, share with the children your experiences as well, which I would say may be quite different. In our times, we would have had the confessional box, and it would have been quite different. This is all on the sanctuary. It's out in the open and for everyone to see, but not to hear. That was one of the questions the children did ask today, is that could people hear what I'm going to say to Father? We said no. Father Paul said no, because we're playing music and nobody's going to be hearing. You won't be shouting at me anyway. So it was we did put the children at their ease today. So hopefully that is a useful introduction to you as to what's going to be happening for the Children's Sacrament of Confession this coming Thursday and the following Thursday as well. So we do look forward to seeing you. If you could let the class teacher know that you are attending, that would be great. Then we can organise the seating arrangements for the children as well. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. So in the meantime, from me to you, may I say, take care and God bless.